You're now listening to the 11:30 podcast. Enjoy the show.
I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. 11:30 podcast, Dre on Wheelsy is the one. Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? Let's get it, yeah. Who with me? Yeah. I'm from the city, DC, that's where I'm from. Let's get it. 11:30 podcast, Dre on.
Do everybody, man. Oh, wait, we back at it, man, for another episode of the podcast show. Y'all already know what it is. It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the 11:30 podcast. What's goody, everybody, man? Appreciate everyone definitely tuning in. Y'all already know it's not 7:30, it's 11:30. Time for the podcast show, man. Got a great one, got a good one on tap for this week's episode, man. But before we get into all the good stuff, if you're new to the show and if you haven't done so already, definitely do me a huge favor. Hit the like button down below, comment, follow the 11:30 podcast on all social media platforms, and definitely hit that subscribe button down below. All right, man. Now we got that out the way. We're going to bring on my wonderful guest, you guys. Yes, Tiesha Bryant, you guys. She's an author. She's a public speaker, you guys. She's a therapeutic life coach. Also, you guys, she's the CEO, man. Just to name a few, we're going to bring her on, man. We're going to chat with her and share her amazing story. Tiesha, how's it going? How's it going?
Hey, I am going. It is going. I'm going. It is all great.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Gotta be going and gotta be all great. How life treating you though?
Life is life and God is guiding. I'm great. No complaints.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
life is always life, and so I gotta
Right.
ask though. Definitely a little check in before we get into everything though. But I appreciate you for coming on the show. I also had your wonderful a wonderful friend Shalonda on, the inspirational treasure. It was amazing having her
Yes.
on as well, and I thank you for that. Now, so we gonna get into it. Her episode was great. It's gonna be great here, but I always like to allow my guests to have the floor. If you mind telling everyone about yourself.
Sure. So before I get into that, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful.
That's the question. How are
I'm doing
you?
I'm doing wonderful though. I'm doing wonderful. I appreciate you asking though.
That's great. That's great. So, I am Tiesha Ann Bryant from Pittsview, Alabama. I am a licensed master social worker. I am therapeutic life coach, and I am also known as the parent healer. CEO, founder, we have a Purpose Incorporated, a nonprofit organization to help families and children. Um, Also, with Resilient Family Wellness, I am the therapeutic life coach for individuals who have been involved in car accidents. So, if you've been involved in a car accident, have your attorney contact me for your coaching after the crash. I'm an author. My first book was Imperfectly Perfect, 3 Steps on the Parenthood Journey. And my second book is Resilient Over Regret, where I tell all, where I actually tell my story of being 13 and pregnant, my parents divorcing, my love life, and of course my faith. So at the end of the
Okay.
day, I'm me, 33, empty nester, just
Oh,
just out here thugging it.
okay. Okay though. Okay. I like it though. I like it. We gonna get into it though. Can you take us through the journey though of actually
Sure.
overcoming so many of these challenges in your life? And now you just mentioned, you said being a mom, right? At 13.
Yes, yes. I was pregnant at 13 and I had my daughter when I was 14. So that journey was a ride and it still is a ride. Hence the name, the parent healer. So with that whole process, I had so much support from my immediate family. Like my mom, the GOAT. Listen, shout out to Tracy Upshaw. My mom is goated. Um, when I initially told her, she told me, "You're the first one and you won't be the last. Mama got your back." And she said that through tears. And she called up her support system, which happens to be my aunt. And they all sat me down and we had a powwow. And they was like, "You still gonna be great. People gonna talk, but we got your back." My dad, he was even supportive eventually. You know how y'all men folks do.
Yeah.
So it was a lot. And on the same day, I told my mom I was pregnant. My grandmother passed, not intentional.
Mm,
So it was just that whole day was just compacted with a lot of different emotions. So fast forward, of course, people talked, and I was not prepared for it at the time, but that process made me who I am today.
Mm,
I was able to graduate from high school with honors. I graduated college with honors from the number one HBCU in the nation. I graduated from
mm,
FAM with my bachelor's in social work with honors. Came back home to the Phoenix City area and I received my master's in social work. I did that with honors. Um, so everything I did, I made sure I did it to the level that I knew I was capable of doing it. And I always had to put my best foot forward because it was more than me that I was worried about. I had a little one that was dependent on me, and she needed to see a real model. It was too many role models going on in life, and I wanted her to see something real, something true. And I'm just so grateful to be able to have given her that. And life has not been easy. It sounds good. It looks good on paper. It looks amazing on paper.
right.
But the things that I've gone through in life, it was only God's grace that kept me and allowed me to get to where I am today. And I know it's only elevation from here. Um, so I'm very, very grateful. As a teen parent, dating was not heard of because don't nobody want their son with a stepdaddy at a
Yeah.
tender age. Like,
Yeah.
like at that point, like, oh, she fast. Like, no, I'm not
Yeah.
fast. Life happens, circumstances happen. Um, and in my book, I talk about the molestation that I endured prior to becoming pregnant. So it's a whole thing. But I
Mm,
can't tell it all here. So you guys can feel free to go get the book. It's on Amazon and it's also on my website. But
okay.
yeah, so fast forward, I met this amazing man. He was definitely God sent. And we've been married for 7 years. And he accepted me, flaws and all of my imperfections. And he allowed me to take off my cape and be a woman, be that mom, be that wife, and assist me in cultivating the person that I am. Because with the daddy hurt, the trauma and the things that I've endured, like it wasn't always like this. So today I
Mm,
said, with so much ease and so much, just so much grace, man. Like God is so
yeah.
dope, you know.
He is. He is. How was you feeling though? Just obviously, being pregnant at the age of 13, having your first child at 14, and knowing that you were still in school, and you also said your dad was, he was on the fence with it at first, though,
Oh
right?
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So
So
what made him come?
um,
Sort of made him come around.
so what ended up happening was when I didn't tell him, and
Okay.
people would ask him, especially at the funeral, because I was like 4 months when I actually told my mom. And people were coming up to us at the funeral, like, my nickname is Nikki. So they would say, like, hey, is Nikki pregnant? And my mom was like, not 100% sure yet. They'll ask my dad, and he'd be like, I don't know what y'all talking about. So my mom was like, Nikki, you got to tell your dad. And I'm just like, what? She was like, I told him, but it has to come from you. So I'm a church girl. I grew up church girl, choir, did devotion. Babe, I did it all. Like me and Jesus,
Mm,
like we've been down for a long time. Like I think I was like 8, 9 years old when I got baptized. And growing up in religion, it was like, yeah, I know God, that type of ordeal. I was
mm-hmm.
young. And I'm a country girl, so everything was family, was close knit. So all of this was like bizarre to a lot of people. I was a good girl, straight A student. I was the nerd, read books, stayed in the house, did computers. All that other stuff was not me, was not my MO. So I went into their room one night and I said, Daddy, I'm pregnant. And I said, I'm so sorry. I hope you're able to forgive me because God has already forgiven me. And I walked off. And from that day forward, he's been supportive. Like I'm talking about, he's the one who took me to the hospital when it was time for me to deliver her.
Mm,
I'm talking about like he's been there at this point, after the fact. When him and my mom divorced, it was after I had my daughter. and I was 10th grade at the time. They separated or whatever, and it wasn't until I graduated high school and he came home for graduation because he had relocated to Florida, and I had to basically release some things because I was still holding on to daddy. You left me, like you left us. And him and I today, like that's my homie. My daddy is the homie at
Okay.
this point. So I'm just grateful to have had parents who did not give up on me, even
Mm,
even in a situation like that. Like I'm just so like they were there. Whether
yeah.
it was you know there with tears in their eyes, there with anger or whatever the case may be, they showed up and they loved me unconditionally.
Yeah.
And not many people can say that. And I'm just grateful to be able to have, to have had that experience. Um, and I just couldn't disappoint them. I made a vow to myself and to my parents, like, I would never disappoint y'all again. And I
Mm,
think, in addition to having that child to push me, that was like one of my biggest push. It's like, I cannot be a disappointment to my parents. Like, I got to do it, which kind of turned into people pleasing. And thanks to the inspirational treasure, my T mommy, I had to get out of that, and she assisted me. She coached me through that. Taisha, you got to do it for yourself. You can't keep trying to do it for everybody else. So
mm,
in this, in that new phase of my life, it was I got to do this for me.
yeah.
Um, and I didn't fully accept that until just recently when my daughter had to leave and go off to college, and I'm just like, I really got to do this for me now. Like, forget this
Wow.
life. So it's just like 33 empty nester. Mm, it's interesting. So
Okay.
yeah.
I think that's dope. I really think that's dope. Having parents also, that can be very supportive, no matter what you do, but even specifically, being a teen mom, at 14 years old, I know some moms, that are turned the other way, mothers and
Oh
fathers
yeah.
that would turn the whole opposite way, you know. When they find out, or you tell them, that they parent, I mean, that they're pregnant and stuff like that, and they're gonna be having a kid, and they a kid themselves. So I think that
Right.
is very important, that your mom and your pops, eventually coming around and supporting you. How was it, for can you take us through the journey of you being a child yourself, trying to raise a
Ooh,
child? How was that? Did you get some advice from your mom, or did your mom just hey, what, I'm just gonna let her be, raise this child?
wow. So the way my family set up, we were all there for each other. Always have been. But the biggest thing is my mom made sure I knew that that was my child. It was not, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. It was, no, this is your child. You're going to do it, and I will assist you along the way. So it was a lot of that happening. Um, Certain things would take place, her getting sick and things of that nature. And it's like, okay, mama, what do I do? Auntie, what do I do? And to have them there to assist me, but not take on responsibility because at the end of the day, she's mine. And that was one of the reasons I kind of stayed home for college because I didn't want anyone to have the privilege or, you know, throw that in my face like, we took care of your
Hmm.
child. Like, no, like she's mine. Like
Hmm.
I'm gonna take responsibility for her. And my sisters, like, they held me down. Like they really did. They were there for me, um, helping me with her when I was doing homework. If she would cry, one of them would get her until I finished. So it was that whole family unit that supported me along the way. And my best friend, we've been best friends since sixth grade, who's actually my daughter's godmom. Like she stayed down with me like from the beginning. She was the first person I told, like the very first person. And I'm so grateful for her parents for allowing her to stay friends with me. Because a lot of people was like, you can't hang with her, she's fast, yada yada yada. But
Mm,
for them to allow her to stay in my life and to be a part of our lives, it has just been a tremendous blessing. Because when I had to go off to school, she did her godmama duties. Like She came and got my baby on the weekends to give my mom a break when I was away in school. So that village that I had growing up prior to being a mom, that village was still there when I became a mom. I still participated in school activities because my baby was in daycare. Daycare got out
Mm-hmm.
at 6 o'clock. My mom would get her on her way home because again, I'm from the country, so we would. My mom worked in the city, so she would leave work, pick up the baby from daycare, get me from school because by then the after school program, the dancing, dance team practice and things like that, it was over. So she would pick me up and we'll all just come home. So it was very strategic. I was still a kid, and my mom
Okay.
made sure I knew that you're a kid, you still got chores. You still gonna do the same thing you was doing before you had her. And I never got out of I'm a kid. Like I was still I'm a child. And I didn't act grown because I had a baby. It was no. If anything, I think I became more baby side. I told my
Mm-hmm.
mother at one point, like, this is my mama. Like, she's mine. And it was like, mom's like, you can't be jealous of the baby. And I was like, but still, like, you my mama. So I just able to having to balance both, being a child and being a mom while being a child. Um, I had to heal from the
Yeah.
process.
Hey,
Um,
You you were I don't mean to cut you. You were a single parent, right? So the father wasn't in the child's life.
no, I was a single parent, but her dad was active. He would actually get her
Okay.
every other weekend. Yeah, so
Okay.
yeah, he did his part in her life or whatever. But I was still a single parent.
Yeah.
So just having, that village, like I was stating, having that village there to support me, so I could still be a child. I didn't have to be grown before my time. Um, I could still just be. And while being, of course, like I was stating, I had to heal. I had to heal from my parents divorcing. I had to heal from the molestation that I endured as a child. I had to heal from stuff that I caused myself, poor friendships and situationships and just life. And I had to do that because my child was growing. And I
Mm.
knew she would see it. And it was like, kids sense everything. And
Yeah.
I didn't want her to see me in that space. I wanted her to see somebody who was whole. And to this day, like when her and I have conversations, I thank her the same way I thank my husband for saving me. Because before I got married, it was just like, I'm tired of situationships. I'm tired of the false promises. I'm tired of, yes, we're going to be together and nothing happens. So my husband was my saving grace. And
Mm-hmm.
with my daughter, like not seeing me with whoever I'm talking to at the moment, like she didn't meet my husband until months after we were dating. Um,
Okay.
because I was brought up like even if y'all on talking faces or whatever the case may be, your child don't need to meet everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
I was big on it, so she did meet everybody. She cannot tell you, well, this man was coming out of mama's house, mama was with this man. That would never be her story because I made sure that she was not exposed to that. She saw mama staying up late at night doing homework. She saw mama going to work. She saw mama going to school. She saw mama being there for her. And that's what I wanted her to see. That's the narrative. Even the tears that she did see, we had conversations. In the moments I didn't get it right, I had to tell her, like, mama messed up. I'm sorry. And now that she's 19, we have those really deep conversations, and it is beautiful. Like to
Mm.
see her, like when I see her, I see me, but I see like a 2.0 version because she is such a better woman than I could have ever been, and she's only 19.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome. Time fly by, right? She's 19 already, huh?
Yes, yes, she's 19. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, she's 19, away in college. She graduated from community college with her associate's degree before graduating with her high school diploma, and
Okay.
she did it all with honors. And I couldn't be more proud. I was right before this interview. I was talking to her, and I was telling her, I was like, it's not even bragging or boasting. But I had a relative tell me, Nikki, like you did a really good job with Naya. Like she is so respectful. I just saw her the other day, and she was like, "What I did?" And I was like, "I guess you were just being you." And I
Yeah.
told her like, that's my biggest flex. Um, and it's not a flex like, bragging or boasting, but it's a flex on how good God has been to me, how good
Yeah.
God has been to us to
Hey.
allow you to be this type of woman at
mm,
such a young age. Like it's beautiful. It is
Look,
so
look,
beautiful.
look at if God bless you to that extent or whatever case it is, you can flex it out though. It don't even matter at this point though, for real. So I definitely
Right,
dig that. I definitely dig that. Real fast before we move on though, you talked about how you went through, trying to overcome challenges as your parents got divorced. Can you talk about that? How was that for you? Because I don't think that's talked about a lot though, but you hear it, more so from the parents though, the mom and the dad, we going through divorce, but not much so from the kids and how that affects the kids.
right. So let's see. It's weird because they separated, they got back together. They separated, they got back together. So when
Okay.
they divorced, I'm thinking, well, they're gonna get back
They're gonna
together.
get back
They've
together.
done it
Yeah.
before. So for a long time, I hoped and wished that my parents would, like stick it out. Like I didn't know the things that they were going through, because they kept us out of their business. Like
Okay.
I
Mm-hmm.
just knew, when my dad would be in Florida, daddy was working. I don't know why. To this day, I still don't know why my dad used to go to Florida all the time. But they said he was working, so to this day, my dad he was working in Florida. So when they finally called it quits, I don't think it really resonated that my parents are really divorced, and it was because I had this other thing, right? Like being a parent, I couldn't really focus and understand or even um grasp the concept of what was really going on. Like this family is torn apart, but I still have to work on this family to make sure that she's good. So that
Mm-hmm.
kind of diverted my attention, but it wasn't until I became an adult, honestly, like graduated from high school when it kind of hit me like, dang, when it's time for like family events, Thanksgivings, and things of that nature, I either got to go to two different locations because my parents they ain't together. Um, and I saw some of the things, some of the challenges that my mom went through as a single parent, and I said all the time like I can't tell their story, as far as
Yeah.
what they felt and their reasoning, but seeing my mom grind, it was a different type of hustle she had by herself. It was a different type of go get it because I still have three daughters I gotta raise. I have a granddaughter I'm helping raise too. And even with my dad not being here, and most people would be like, well, why you don't have him on child support? My mom was like, for what? He know that his kids are here, so my dad did do his part. Um, to whatever extent that they had agreed on, because again, they didn't allow us to be in those intimate parts. Um, Today, as a 33-year-old female, it is a blessing to see my parents back in the same city, like, and they get along, like they cool, like we can all be
Mm-hmm.
in one setting, we gonna crack jokes, and having them both there for both of my baby graduations, her high school graduation, her college graduation. Um, so it's really beautiful now. But then
Yeah.
it was it was strange. To be honest, it was really
Mm-hmm.
strange, and I
Okay.
know it affected each of my siblings differently. So
Okay. Yeah, I know that gotta be a little tough, tough spot to get through in life, especially when your parents are
hmm
definitely, splitting and all is mommy and daddy in the same,
yes,
household, and then it's like what the hell is going on? But
exactly.
uh
I'm glad we didn't
it's
have to pick
it's
sides. That
it,
part I'm happy
it,
about. Like
exactly,
that whole
exactly.
yeah, we didn't have to because my dad he like just moved to Florida. Like he actually made Florida his home for from 2018, I think, 2017, 18 to just last year. After my dad had a stroke and he was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I said, all right, Dad, it's time for you to come home. Ain't nobody down there. If you have a brother, you have nieces and friends, I need you back. We need you back home. So being that he's home now, my dad's the homie. That's my homie.
Okay, I dig that. Dig that. I love it. You mentioned focus though, and one of your missions is focus on the parent and parenting, and you're also a parent healer as well. Can you talk about that? Because I don't think I heard of someone being a parent healer though. Can you explain that though?
Yeah, absolutely. So as a parent healer, my whole mission, my whole goal is to assist the parent in healing from the thing that broke them, and they're having trouble with fixing. Because what end up happening is, as parents, when we do not deal with the root of the issue, our branches, our kids, they're damaged. Um, and I like to tell parents a lot that we have to heal so our kids can live. And it's not a lot of healing going on, y'all. And it's time for us to heal. Generations are so many young people are incarcerated. They're killing each other. Um, we have young men that are continuously being broken. And then you have this young lady who's trying to fix this broken young guy, vice versa. And it's because they came from brokenness. So as a parent, once we heal, then we're able to show up as that imperfectly perfect parent that we are. Because none of us are perfect, but we can only
Mm.
be the best version of ourselves. So when we show up as that, our kids get that fullness. A lot of parenting courses that I taught prior to creating my own curriculum, it was more so teaching parents how to parent their kids. But it's like, I'm not worried about being authority parent. I'm not worried about structure and things of that nature when I can't even figure out how I'm gonna pay my light bill to keep lights on in the house. I got to worry about how I'm gonna feed my kids, and I'm still
Mhm.
dealing with the trauma of what happened to me as a child. I'm still dealing with the trauma of the abuse that I've endured throughout relationships, the depression that I'm going through. I can't show up for my child because I can barely show up for myself. All I know is to provide and to go get it. But our kids need more than that. And they can't
Mhm.
get it if the parent does not have it to give. So I focus on the parent in parenting. And I do that, by offering those different segments, those different sessions, because if we have a solid foundation, we're able to build on it. So it has to start from the foundation. And even if you got to go and tear that foundation up and rebuild, you absolutely can, because a lot of the things that you kind of built on were false narratives. And they're
Mhm.
only false because our parents did the best they could with what they had.
Mhm.
Am I saying, they were bad or they were wrong? Absolutely not. They did it. Um, and until we take accountability and say, I've learned that that was not right and I'm sorry, then the cycle is going to continue to repeat itself. So as a
Mhm.
parent, I don't mind telling my baby I'm wrong. So, which goes to the next tier, which is freedom. We have to free ourselves from that baggage. We carry on everybody else's stuff, and I can speak for women at this point because I'm a woman. There's so
Right.
much baggage we take on as women. We take on the weight of the world. We take on being wives for those who are wives, being mom, being daughter, being friend, showing up in corporate America, being an entrepreneur, just living. And it's like, when do I have a moment to just be free? You can't, because you're still internalizing all of these things. We have to be free. So on today at 1:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tiesha N. Bryant is giving all of my parents permission to free themselves of all of the baggage. Let it go. Nobody told you to hold on to that stuff, sis. Bro, let it go. You don't have to keep holding on to what your mama and daddy them did to you. Let it go. Let it go and be free. Because guess what? Your kids are going to be in that same position that you're in, and you know it don't feel good. If it don't feel
Mhm.
good to you, it is not going to feel good for them. So let's heal. It's gonna hurt to heal, and it's gonna hurt to stay where you at. Which hurt do you want? Do you want the hurt that's gonna continue to go generations throughout generations? There's no wealth, and we love to talk about, you know, we're breaking generation curses and things of that nature. No, we're getting to the root of the issue. We're gonna get to the root, and we're gonna fix it. So everything else that grows, them tears that our ancestors cried, them prayers that were sowed, it's time for us to reap that harvest. But we can't do it because we're so broken. Like we are broken, but it's okay not to be okay. And when we hit that, like as T Mama can say, no, I'm not okay, and admit it, that's the first step is admitting that we are not okay. Because we have to get help. Your homegirl now can't keep doing it for you. Your boys at the bar, at the barber shop, y'all playing the game. It's not
Mhm.
going to, go sit and talk to somebody who is certified, somebody who the Bible tells us to seek wisdom, like to get wise counsel. Go get a
Yeah.
counselor, go get a
Mhm.
therapist. There are some that are free. Like break free from that stuff, man. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
we have to, which
You're right.
which allows you to focus.
Yeah, you are definitely right about that. Because there's always more so or less about the kids too. You know, when you
Yes.
get kids and you're a parent, there's always you get up. I got a little 2 year old right now. He up here twirling at the door right now trying to get in. So like you just said, is you people don't get the chance to check in on the parent. Are you okay? Do you need a break? Do you anything
Yes.
like that? And it's more so all about the kids, even you as a parent, so you don't get that break. And I like how you mentioned that you know parents need to heal, because you got a lot of us who dealt with trauma, dealt with abuse,
Hmm.
dealt with mental abuse or whatever it is, and still holding on to it. And I think is sometimes could be easy said than done, where some things are so traumatic where it's just like, well, how do I even let that go, and just
Mm.
like I commend you, very inspiring, to just keep moving forward and to be a role model for your daughter, having her at a young age, and having your dad be on the fence but finally coming around, and also graduating from school and college and getting degrees. The now I'm gonna say the average woman, but the woman who been through so much trauma, like yourself, sometimes don't come out successful on the other end. And we all need a person, in our life, such as you, like the parent healer, anything, just to be inspiring, uplifting individuals, just saying, you got it. Because just like I was telling another guest, we just don't we gotta recognize the power in individuality, and just
Yes.
realizing who you are, and the power of who you are, and just the past is the past. I mean, you can't sort of forget. You can forgive, and just learn how to move on. And take it one day at a time. So I think that's
Right.
very important. We all need to check in on the parents, especially the parents with the little 2 year olds and toddlers that's running around though. And hell, I got a guy who I chat with every week. He got a teenager, so
Yeah.
I hear people who are parents, and they talk about they teenage kid, and they be like, yo, that ain't got nothing on a 2 year old. So that's the easy part. But yeah, parenting
Yeah.
is definitely something else though. So I
Okay,
commend you
but
on that. I
it's
think that's awesome.
interesting. Thank you. Thank you. But it's interesting though. I was not prepared for parent of an adult. Um,
Okay.
a lot of times, the 2 year olds and things of that nature, sometimes it appear to be a lot, but it can be a little easy. Like we can not necessarily manipulate, but we can kind of, twist some things around. They'll be good. Teenagers, they,
Yeah.
as I say, they get the smell in themselves. They think they know
Yeah.
everything. But
Uh-huh.
during that teenage year, it comes from that foundation. So what was already laid. You can't start raising them when they're a teenager because baby, they already there. Right now, you're just trying
Mhm.
to, help continue to mold them. But once they become that adult child, they're an adult. So we have to let them be. And that is one of the hardest things for a lot of parents with adult kids,
Yeah.
especially those
Mhm.
entering into adulthood, is taking
Mhm.
your hands off.
Mhm.
Like, like I gotta take my hands off, like all the way off. Like I
Yeah.
gotta, like, no. So, when you have those adult kids, you are now their advisor. You can't just always insert your 1 2 cents. You gotta allow them to grow and, just allow them to make mistakes. Regardless
Mhm.
of how many times you tell them your story, regardless of how many times they've seen you go through things, some of them from the show me state because it's their life. What happened to you may not happen to them. So we have to allow them to be because love allows. So if you really love your kid the way we say we do, then we'll allow them to grow and be the person that God has called them to be, not the person we think they should be. Because what we
Mhm.
have, in our mind that they should do or should be, it's not all the time what God has for them. Like God has something
Exactly.
better for them.
Yes.
So we have to just, allow them to grow into that person, into their purpose. Um, because a lot of times we don't always get it right, even as adults. So what makes you think a kid entering into adulthood is gonna always get it right? They're not,
Mhm.
because you
No.
don't. And we
Yeah.
grown. Like,
Yeah.
so I commend all parents because it is not easy. Regardless if you're a two-parent household, if you send $1 million or no dollars, parenthood is not easy, but it is the best hood to be a part of. Rep your set, baby. Parenthood is it. It's one of the most rewarding. It's one of the most rewarding hoods to be a part of.
Yeah.
Especially when you do it right. So find your tribe. Find that tribe of people who can assist you on this journey because somebody needs somebody at some point in their life. And just
Yeah.
be that person. Like, it's okay. Like, today, if you ain't got the strength to do it, then baby, you ain't got the strength to do it. Quit trying to do it if you ain't got it. Go get
Right
some
up.
help.
Right about that. Parenthood is the best hood to be from. I like that.
Yes.
I definitely
Rep
like
your
that.
set.
Throw set up, huh? I like it. Yeah,
Right.
parenthood is definitely challenging, definitely, whether, single moms, definitely got to salute all the single moms and single parents out there, dads too, because raising kids is it's something else though. But also, like how
Oh,
you
yeah.
just mentioned too, when you do have that that teenager who's 19, 18, going on 20, and you just still got your
Woo.
hands on them and still want to control them in a way and sort of take them, in every direction, like you the puppet. Like, hold up, wait a minute, like, that's not what I want
Right.
to do. Like, allow me to just, spread my wings and fly. Now, and if one of my wings don't work and I just fall, then hey, I just got to get back up. But a lot of parents, have that, trouble, of course, mostly moms sometimes, but dads,
Yes.
of course, you know, could be like that, but
Y'all
yeah,
have that issue too. They just y'all more,
yeah,
yeah. No, mama's
yeah,
like, that's my baby.
yeah.
That's my baby.
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, parenthood is definitely something though. But I definitely
Oh yeah.
agree on everything you're saying though. Before we move to our next segment, you're obviously, being an author, being an entrepreneur, you're the CEO of We Have a Purpose though. Can you tell everyone about that?
Absolutely. So We Have a Purpose is a nonprofit organization based out of the Russell County, Alabama area, where we provide prevention and intervention services to at-risk youth and their families. So not only are we working with the child, we're working with the entire family because when you look at a person, you have to look at their environment. So it really does a disservice for us to provide services for a child if they're going back to the same toxic environment. So we do our best to try to connect and link our families to different resources in the community, providing that counseling, showing up at the schools, because a lot of times as parents, we can't get off work. like they used to do back in the days, used to just pop up. We are that
Yeah.
agency that goes in and we pop up and we assist in whatever way that we possibly can, from anger management to mentoring to counseling. We are that agency, and we started November 4th, 2014. I was fresh out of college, fresh out of undergrad when I started. We have a purpose. Um, and is a branch of Young Women with a Purpose, which I started in high school for young women in my class who was going through different things. I mean, I was a teen mom. The girl across from me, she may have been molested as a child. Another kid may be going through their parents divorcing or just, having issues with self identity. So it was like a sisterhood that I started in high school. And after I graduated college, it was like, but more than young women have a purpose, we have a
Mhm.
purpose to serve our youth. Families have a purpose to, make sure that their family is good. So whether it's a boy or girl, we all have a purpose in this universe. We just got to figure out what it is. So that's
Mhm.
what we do. We, receive different referrals from different agencies to try to just be that person, be that agency for that family to the best of our knowledge. So is a team of social workers, LPCs, interns. Like we literally work amongst the community to provide the best services for our youth. So we just
Okay.
celebrated our 10 years, and it was definitely exciting.
Congratulations. That's awesome. Really,
Thank
really
you.
awesome.
Thank you.
When did you find your purpose?
Um, so my purpose was already there. I began to activate it when I was 18.
Okay.
I started working for Tears Inc., which is a nonprofit in Phoenix City, and I would go into the schools, and I was a prevention specialist. So we would go in and we would talk to the kids about abstinence and decision making and all this stuff. And then it was crazy because I was like, Tiesha, you already got a child, so how are you gonna talk about? I was like, that's the beauty of it. I can tell y'all firsthand what it is. So
Mhm.
that's where my purpose was like, this is it. Like, this is it for me. This is what I want to do. I want to help the people. I want to save our community one youth at a time. And I needed a piece of paper to go with what I was already doing. God purposed me for it a long time ago. And when I was 18, it was activated. So I've been working with adolescents and families since I was 18. And I
Mhm.
actually saw my mom do it. Like all the kids used to be at my house, like cousins, my mama friend kids. Like my mom was that person. Our house was that house, like for everybody. If you needed something, come on over. You needed your hair did, come over. You needed help with homework. You just needed to chill. Like my house was that house. So seeing
Right.
that, seeing the services that my mom and dad both like, my dad was a mentor, and at that time, like nobody put a name on it. There were so many community guys would come over. My dad will, give them jobs to like wash cars, help him in the garden, grill. Um, like it was beautiful. And my mom, like she was doing hair. Like that's not her thing, but she did neighborhood kids hair. She did hair for, friends or whatever the case may be. And just to see them like serve the community at home in church, it was already there. So when God
Mhm.
gave me Tanaya, that's where my purpose was. My purpose was being a teen mom, but it wasn't activated
Mm.
until I was able to step into those classrooms and understand that kids are going through a lot. Like they go through a lot. They go through more than we give them credit for. And being that social media is on another level, like
Mhm.
it's crazy out here. And as
Yeah.
parents, y'all better get in y'all kids' business. I'm just saying,
Mhm.
like, how you not know your kid got a gun in his room? What are y'all not
Mm.
doing? What are y'all not talking about? Like, have those uncomfortable conversations. Like, that's the problem. We don't talk as a family.
Mm.
Like, parents don't talk to kids, so the kids ain't gonna talk to y'all because every time y'all talk to them, y'all always fussing or trying to correct them. Tell them they did a good job. Tell them they look good today. Tell them how proud you is of them. Like, talk to them. Be interested in what they got going on. Because if you don't show interest, the street will, and then you done lost your baby to the street. And now you looking crazy, trying to call. We have a purpose for help, baby. They already out there. I don't know what
Mhm.
we can just prepare you at this moment. So
Right about that. Hmm. So right.
so so that's
No, go ahead.
you know, so that's we have a purpose. Like that's literally the heartbeat of we have a purpose, and just knowing my purpose and just walking in it. I just know that it's levels to it. Like this is just
Mhm.
being the parent healer is another level of my purpose, and I
Mhm.
know it's not
I-
over.
Okay, I dig that. I dig that, and I commend you. You know, for finding your purpose. A lot of people don't find their purpose sometimes until they, well, into their 30s, 40s, or something like that, or just don't even find their purpose at all, though. And I
Right.
thought it was really dope that you said, you know, your purpose was to, you know, be a team mom, but it wasn't activated until you know you turned 18, which I thought it was awesome. You know, a lot of us, you know, have that purpose inside of us. You know, it's there. We just got to find out what it is. You know, you keep getting fired from jobs. That mean, look at you ain't supposed to work a job. Look at I remember
Okay.
just applying for job application, just putting a job application after job application. I'm like. I was like, hey, one of them gotta go back, right? Like, it's I'm having most faith, everything. Like, they gotta call me. I'm like, just one of them did. None of them, yeah, just one of them did and was like, oh no, we going with someone else. And I was like, oh. So really, so what am I supposed to do? My brother, he's no longer here no more. He was killed 2 years ago, and but before he, uh, you know, left and everything, he gave me a laptop. Gave me a laptop. It was like, man, he said, "What you want to do?" And I was like, man, I don't know, because at this point, I was just like, I sort of was sort of stuck in life, knowing what you want to do, but don't know how. But
How to get there?
yeah, and he sort of, you know, lend a hand back out because even, you know, prior to that, when he was, you know, going through what he was going through, I was, you know, right there beside him and, you know, looking out for him and everything. So I feel like he was, you know, turning to help and also helping me find, you know, my purpose. I already knew what I
Right.
sort of wanted to do, but he helped me along the way, every single way. So sometimes it take an individual to come in your life. Sometimes it could be, you know, a moment, you know, just your purpose is there. We all gotta definitely tap into it though. Definitely tap into it. All right. Taisha,
Right.
what keeps you motivated? What inspires you?
Um, what inspires me? Inspiring others. Honestly, being able to wake up every day, look over, see my husband, and just think about all of the great things that God has done, and knowing that there's more to come. Like just breathing is inspiration because I know I'm going to run into somebody, whether it's a smile, words of encouragement, just being able to just be. Like I'm inspired by anything, like
Yeah.
literally, like just like
Okay.
nature. You know what I'm saying? So just being able to know that there's more, there's greater. Um, that's definitely inspiration, and knowing that my baby will always be like, she's my foundation, she's my root to going to get it,
Yeah.
to being able to inspire. So that's literally what inspires me and keep me going, and just
Okay.
knowing that my purpose, like I'm here for a reason. So if I don't do what I'm called here for, now I'm being disobedient, and I can't have that. Like that whipping from God is a totally different type of thing. You feel me? So
Mhm.
just being able to look within and being able to exude the person that God has just designed me to be. Some people may not like it, but it is what it is. This is me,
Okay.
the parent
Okay.
healer, resilient.
I dig it. I definitely dig it though. All right, you guys, man. We're gonna move on here on the 11:30 podcast. You guys, it's time for the 11:30 podcast. Hot seat, you guys. Time for the hot seat. All right, Taisha. It's time for the hot seat. I got 5 questions for you, and we're gonna roll with it. You ready?
All right, let's do it.
Okay. If you can go back at any time or moment in life, what would it be?
Any time of moment in life, what would it be? I don't want to go back.
Okay.
There's not a moment in time in my life where I would go back. Only
Okay.
forward.
Okay, cool, cool, cool. I respect that. I respect that. You had some type of moments where it was just like, oh, maybe not. Maybe you just be like, yo, that was so freaking awesome.
Yeah,
Just want to like, that'd be dope again.
just
But hey,
saying.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. If you have any regrets, do you have any regrets? If so, why?
Nope, because I chose resilience. At what point in my life I did have a whole bunch of regrets. Now I don't regret nothing. It's just like
Okay.
I choose resilience over regret. So I'm gonna bounce back and I keep moving. So I don't regret nothing.
Okay.
I
Cool,
re-
cool,
I
cool.
regret that it taking so long for me to get to this point I am in life. But as far as me being the person that I am and being more vocal and accepting me for me, but nothing in
Okay.
particular.
Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Where you see yourself at 1 year from now?
Okay, so let me tell you, right? I
Yeah.
back in July, I hosted the Inspirational Treasure book release. When I tell you I had so much fun on that stage hosting, it was like this is it. Like I enjoy doing this. Like I found that love for speaking more. I was already a speaker because I do like an annual bounce back convention. So I just see myself in a better financial place, being able to give financially more. 'Cause I give a lot of service in myself now. So I see myself with my clinical license, probably back in school to put that doctor in front of my name, but
Okay.
just healthy and wealth and just happy and peace and just just good.
I dig it. I definitely dig it. I definitely dig it. Okay. Shoot. I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Okay, I'm gonna ask another question first before I'm gonna go back to that one. If you had a warning, I like asking this question. If you had a warning label on you, what would it say?
Fragile, handle with care.
Say that again.
Fragile, handle with care.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep.
Cool, cool, cool. I dig it. All right. If you could tell your younger self, oh, actually, no, that wasn't it. If a movie was coming out about Tiesha Bryant, and if it's a movie coming out and someone was to play you in a movie, who would it be?
Who better to play me than me? Like
Then you? Okay. Hey, you right about that. You're right about
you,
that.
me. That's crazy. I asked my daughter. I said, when I release my movie, you gonna play me? She was like, So yeah, but no, seriously, that's a good question. Besides me, I don't know. I don't
Viola
know.
Davis.
As an adult me, I'm thinking
That's
like
a good one.
fan- I'm thinking like Fantasia, like that's my girl, like that's my
Okay.
friend's lane.
Okay.
Um, Sarah doesn't act right now, so that's my cousin. But but yeah, definitely Fantasia, like Kiki Palmer, my girl
Okay.
Kiki. So,
Gotcha.
but as a kid, me, I don't really know any kid actresses. Um, not right off
Look,
right
they
now though.
okay. They'll find somebody.
Right, right.
That'll be. If you could tell yourself, if you could tell your younger self something right now, if you could tell your younger self something, just to keep you going forward and to prevail, although the statistics, was really pointing in the opposite direction for you to be unsuccessful and to be a single mom and not graduate and everything, what would you tell yourself?
It'll all make sense one day. Keep going.
Okay. Cool. I dig that. I like the positivity that you keep though, for real. Taisha, I appreciate you coming through here on
Thank
the 11:30
you.
podcast show. No, thank you. It was awesome, really chatting with you and really inspiring and for you to be open and share your story though. But before you go though, you have any questions and shout outs? Any questions, shout outs, anything you would like to say, and also all the links will be down below, you guys. Everyone who's tuning in and watching, and definitely make sure you can pick up her latest book, you guys. Resilience. I hope I'm saying this right. Resilience over regret, you guys. A journey of teen pregnancy, faith, love, and family, you guys. So the links will be down below. So make sure you definitely pick you up a copy. But yeah, any questions? Anything you would like to say?
No questions, but I would like to say again, thank you so much for having me on the 11:30 podcast. This has been an amazing conversation. You are absolutely dope. You are an awesome parent, even when days seem a little crazy. Just keep going and know that you got this. Your little one is depending on you. He's looking at you. Even when it don't make sense, you're doing an amazing job. Um, and keep going. Like the 11:30 podcast is gonna be bigger than you ever imagined. So just continue to stay the course. Um, and yeah, I'm rooting for you. I'm proud of you. And again, I thank you so much to all my listeners that's listening. Thank you for the support, not just only of myself, but of the 11:30 podcast. Remember, parents, heal so your kids can live. Um, I love y'all because I can. There's nothing you can do about it. If you need me, please feel free to reach out to me. If you are down to travel wherever you are, come to the third annual Taisha's Bounce Back Convention, where we talk about all things resilient and to get you to the next level. Shout out to my parents. I love y'all dearly. My siblings, my best friend, my husband. Thank you so much, King, for loving me. To my amazing daughter, continue to glow, baby. Mama is so proud. To my T mommy, thank you so much for coaching me spiritually. Thank you for coaching me in life. Thank you for just being who you are. My church family, who did not turn me away from the church when I did say I was pregnant, Friendship Baptist Church number 3 in Hurtsburg, Alabama. Thank y'all so much. And to any and everyone who's ever poured into my life, thank you so much. The seeds are being watered and the harvest is going to be great. I love y'all because I can. Again, Pittsview, Alabama, we are here. And I thank y'all so much. Last but not least, shout out to the big God because without him, none of this will be possible.
Right about that. Definitely right about that, though. Appreciate you, Taisha, definitely for coming through. All the links will be down below, you guys. Definitely make sure you pick up a copy, visit her website, and definitely you want to book her,
Yes.
you guys, for an event. Definitely visit her website. We're gonna take a quick break, you guys, and come back. We're gonna take a quick break, you guys, and come back and wrap up the show. We got the WTF moment and more. Taisha, it was awesome having you on.
Thank you
Don't
so much.
anytime. Don't move, you guys. You're listening and you're watching to the 11:30 podcast.
C is unique. We match other world-class cities pound for pound in dining, nightlife, arts, culture, theater, sports, outdoor activities, green spaces, and the list goes on and on. But nowhere else can compete with our monuments, our museums, and memorials. And no other city has as many free things to do. Add it all up, and DC's diversity of experiences is truly unmatched. There's only one DC.
We back here on the 11:30 podcast. Appreciate everyone sticking with me throughout the break. Yo, Tiesha, I appreciate you for coming through here on the 11:30 podcast show this week. Really great time chatting with you. All the links will be down below, you guys, man. Make sure you pick up a latest copy of one of Tiesha's book, man. For real, you definitely want to make sure you have her speak or do her thing, man. Definitely visit her website, Tiesha Bryant.com. The links are down below, man. So definitely get at her and follow her on social media, man. For real, really great show, man. Thanksgiving is tomorrow, so I know everybody, man, got their Thanksgiving meal prepping. If not, I know a lot of people probably doing some late Thanksgiving shopping, man, where some of the stores ain't got much, man. For real, for real. So man, so happy holidays, happy Thanksgiving to everyone, man. I hope everyone enjoy the Thanksgiving with their loved ones, or man, if you just rocking solo doing your own thing, man, just stay safe out there. Definitely stay safe. All right, you guys, man. Before the break, like I said, before we head on out of here, you know what time it is. It's time for the WTF moment of the week, you guys. Yes, WTF moment of the week. And yo, since Thanksgiving is tomorrow, man, I know this is a strange WTF moment, but you guys check this out, you guys. Man, everyone who been on TikTok, look at, I'm a person who bought some stuff from the TikTok shop, but I ain't never thought about buying this from the TikTok shop. I don't know if you guys seen the video going on social media. I'm not a big seafood guy. I'm not a seafood guy at all. I was before, then the allergies, whatever. But yo, man, this shorty, man, people are really out here buying seafood boards on the TikTok shop, man. And this one lady I seen, man, she looked like she was ready for it. She was ready for it. She opened up the bag and put that, the seafood board in the pot or whatever it was, man. And then the juice, it looked like sewer water, man. What in the world? Like, WTF, man. You guys, man, check this shit out.
Fighting for her life right now, and let's talk about it. So basically, she's currently going viral all over TikTok because she purchased a seafood boil bag from the TikTok shop.
So today I have a Krabby bag, and ouch! No crab clusters, shrimp, baby potatoes, corn, beef sausage, and a buttery garlic sauce. This is what it looks like. And I boiled me an egg.
That doesn't look safe at all. You know what I'm saying? And the reason as to why she's currently going through it and fighting for her life is because I know for a fact she is fighting demons in that bathroom. Because I would be fighting them demons if I was her. But bro, ever since I posted the video about me talking about the Chipotle bowl girl, it's like everybody else decided to become a big bag. Stop it. It's not healthy. Okay? Especially getting stuff from Temu or TikTok shop. Stop it.
WTF all the way, man. WTF all the way. Like, for real, people buy anything off the TikTok shop, man. Like, there's some cool stuff up there. They got the sunglasses, Bluetooth hat, accessories for podcasting. Cause me, I'm all into podcasting and stuff. But man, yo, seafood bowl, like, really? That shit looked nasty though. Like, I couldn't believe it. Like, yeah, I know her stomach is gonna be messed up by the time Thanksgiving come tomorrow, for real, with the turkey stuffing, greens, macaroni, cheese, all that. Like, what in the world? What in the world? WTF, man. It's crazy times and crazy moments, man. For real, man. Like, my birthday is this Saturday, so 11:30 day this Saturday. I'm trying to still figure out what I'm gonna do, man. I might just cool it, have fun, get something to eat. Of course, watch Survivor Series and do a live stream. Speaking of live streams, I appreciate everyone who've been rocking with me with the live streams, the watch alongs, Mondays and Fridays for WWE, Raw and SmackDown, man. Been definitely fun. Everyone who subscribed, like, follow, all that, man. So I thank you guys so much. And while we at it, definitely make sure you subscribe, man. One last time here before we roll on out of here. Hit that notification bell and hit the thumbs up, man. Definitely hit the like button. Yo, this has been a wonderful episode, man. I want to thank Tiesha one last time for coming through. excuse me, coming through here on the 11:30 podcast. Really great time having you on. But you guys, man, I'm about to roll on out of here. And yo, man, we gonna figure out these holidays, man, and get them popping though. But yo, I'm gonna enjoy my birthday weekend. I'm gonna enjoy this weekend. I hope everybody enjoy the rest of the day and the rest of your weekend for real, man, and the weekend and the holidays and all that great stuff. Until next time, you guys, man, stay safe, stay blessed, give all the glory to God, man. Be easy, be smooth. Won't he do it? Yo, tell a friend, tell a friend. Yo, it's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Until next time, I'm out, man. Peace.